All right, what's up, guys? I am Matt, your host for Conservative Trades. This is day two of the live day trading stream I have been running that will hopefully demonstrate a solid trading strategy. Sorry, I'm a little tongue-tied here today, but yesterday was not the best the best way to start all any of this off. So we're gonna look to redeem ourselves a little bit today, and so I'm gonna go ahead and get started here. We've got let's see. This popped up on the scanners this morning. GMPX. What's this about? Okay, GMPX looks like it could make a move. I'm not completely sold on this. Are there any shorts available? Nope. What's the news? Any news? I've got other screens here that you can't see. February 11th, Genprex and University of Pittsburgh sign exclusive license agreement for potentially curative gene therapy candidate for diabetes. Okay, all right. So this is definitely a previous runner. We've got, let me see here, we've got roughly 600,000 shares in volume. It's a 14 million volume float. So, but here we reached up to roughly 60 and it came off. It would be great to see this break $2 today. So on the daily chart, it's looking pretty good. Let's see where the moving averages are on the daily. Okay. So it's pretty much cracked up through all of those. But I don't know. I don't know if I really want to get into this yet. I mean, I could start collecting some shares here. I could start averaging in, but let's see what else we got. REXN, 4 million float, 200 shares in volume traded today. This does not look very promising. Light volume. I mean, honestly, I would be more inclined to short this one more than anything else. So I might actually keep I mean, it's easy to short. Let me just check the news on it real quick and see what the short float interest is. Looks like it's got very light short float. And there's really no news on this. There's no news on this at all. So yeah, this basically was bought up here, lost a lot of its value. It's gapped up on very light volume. I don't know how much of a move it could make. This is a more recent IPO. I don't know. I'm probably not going to mess with it, but I will keep it up just in case. Let's see here. Next one on the list that we're looking at. Oops. Not ish. Dish. Okay, so Dish. Dish is up. Not any major notable news, but this definitely looks like it could have a good run up today. Where are we on Dish, and what are some of the daily levels? Okay, so it's meeting a pretty critical previous area of yeah. So this actually could reject its light volume. It's very light volume. So I don't know. I don't know if I trust this one out the gates. But again, yesterday was such a weird day in the markets. I mean, I'm gonna be very careful today. I'm just gonna kind of play it safe, and I'm not looking to make any massive moves today. SAVA. Can you locate them? Okay. Okay, so there's that. Okay, it's had a lot of runs. I can't see this really breaking. I mean, it could. This could break. This could tank. It could break. It could tank. I mean, we've had on the daily, if we draw a trend line here, see what we're looking at. I mean, we're getting a pretty steady rejection off of these levels. You know, now if it came above 895, I would start to get, a little cautious with that. Wow. See where the moving averages are on here. Okay, so it's sitting right on top of the 20 on the daily. Let's see where it's sitting here. Okay, so it's got some room to move down. Doesn't look like much is going to happen with this, but you know what? I will put that one on watch just in case. Now, I'm not really liking any of these though, honestly. I'm really not. So I don't know, guys. This just might not be a very big trading day. There are two other stocks I want to look at real quick. Well, there's actually a couple more than just two. So work had a major gap down. I wonder why. Slack Technologies. I'm gonna look this up. Spikes and slides on confusion over IBM deal. Okay. Slack responds to IBM partnership report, says not updating forecast. Okay, so this is not good. This is not good for these guys. I don't know what happened here, but and the short float interest looks like it's gone up a little bit on here, so we're looking at about a 16.47%. Let's see here. See what we can figure out on this one.
It's all kind of lining up.
Let's see here.
At a very interesting time point. So, that's all I have for you today, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody, take care. Have a great day. Scanners will be up and online just after this.
Okay. Just looking at a couple other things here.
Okay, so if
All right, so another one I want to look at is UAA. Well, first let me go ahead and put. I'm going to actually put work up at the top there, and then we will do UAA. Under Armour. Very interested to see the news on this and why this gap down so low. Also would be very interested in seeing how this could potentially get bought up today. There's a 10% short float. The news is Under Armour shares plunge after surprise fourth quarter loss. Weak 2020 guidance. Under Armour takes $15 million loss in Q4. Expect sales to fall in 2020. Under Armour meets Q4 earnings. Wait, how does it? It meets their estimates. It looks like so they met estimates, but they took a loss. I have to look a little more. Well, you know what? No, I don't have to look a little more into that, actually. Guys, fundamentals, we definitely trade fundamentals from time to time. Or I should say we don't trade fundamentals. I should say, let me correct myself here. I should say we take fundamentals into consideration when trading. But the fact of the matter is fundamentals don't tell you everything. At the end of the day, it's going to be about the charts. It's going to be, what are the charts showing me? Now, we want to understand the fundamentals to some degree because we can pick up on the overall sentiment of what could potentially happen that day. It gives us just, and there are times where news catalysts can be very significant. But with this, we're talking about an earnings miss or a loss. They took a loss. It's got a 10% short float. I'm thinking that it's possible this could get bought back up today, especially with how strong the S&P 500 is. The S&P 500 right now is sitting at all-time highs. Now, there could be a pullback here. This could be where people, get a little sketched out, and because we had this pretty big drawback here, but it may just continue to push forward and go up. And if that's the case, I think that gives stocks like Under Armour and some of these other ones that gap down, I think it gives them a little bit more of a window of opportunity to recover. So I will be looking for some kind of recovery today on that. Right now, this seems like it's just going to be like a small float, a short float type of player's guide here. And I'm not going to do anything until I just want to watch this stuff out of the gate. But these more pricier stocks here. Today I'm looking at the scanners, and there's just a bunch of small cap, low float stuff popping up. So I don't know. I'm just not feeling it. I really would like to see how this turns out here in work. Let's look at work again. Work busts through these levels, 24, 26. Could potentially make a very strong move down. You got to think there's people that got in under here that were buying here. And they might be thinking to themselves, well, so if it breaks this, because it's sitting on the support, it would be sitting on the support. But if it breaks through that, we got almost down to it. So if it breaks through that, I'd be looking to get in. I'd be looking to get in to the short side and at least down to maybe 23.30. So we could get a good healthy move off of this, I think. Otherwise, it's going to be a fill the gap type of thing. So yeah. Let me look at work one more time here. Just see what we're working with. No pun intended. Oh, for the break of 24.25. Yeah, I mean, because if it breaks, but then again, if it comes up over here, so might be worth going ahead and getting in and looking for a drop down to the 2370 to 2350 areas. But I don't know. I don't know if I'm confident enough in that. We would need to get out the break here. So there's a lot of selling going on here, and it's just not cracking through. But it could totally crack through here. It's like there's a hidden buyer there. You got people throwing down 1,900 shares, 1,000 shares, and then so I don't know, guys. I think that what I would feel better about is dollar cost averaging up to about $26. If there's like just some massive short squeeze. But if it rejects these levels at 25, I would be very much interested in getting in at that point. And a big part of me wants to go ahead and get in anyway, just because it is looking promising to the downside. But again, just with everything that happened yesterday, I'm going to be very, very careful with this. So let's see. Let's see. Just looking at some other things here. See, look at that. Look at that spike up. Oh. Uh-oh. Spike didn't last, though. Spike did not last. Work. Yeah, work is it. Work is it. That's really all I feel good about right now. Yeah, there's not much. It's just not much, guys. So I don't know. This may just be a short day here. No pun intended. um, I'm gonna see. I'm gonna see what these do out the gate. I'm not. I'm not gonna be too quick to do anything on any of this. So, um, I do see that this could not break this level in pre-market. UA really is good for a buy up. So kind of wish I had went ahead and started averaging in down here. I thought about it, but this is what happens, guys. When you have a rough day in the markets, it gets to you a little bit. It gets in your head. And yesterday was undoubtedly a rough day. It just was. Yeah. This definitely here, this area, this $41 area seems, I mean, I guess it could break through and come up, and the next, I mean, there's really no clear defined anything on Dish, which is why I'm a little, even a little hesitant with it. Let's see. So Goodyear Tire Company is showing up. Their shares slide 6% pre-market after earnings fall short of their estimates. So we can look at that here for a minute. Okay. Interesting. Let's look back at SAVA. Yeah, that's interesting. That continues to plummet. But you got to locate shares for short. I don't think I'm in it right now for that. So I want to look at Rexon. If Rexon hits 274, I want to be alerted to that. So here, we'll say 270 on the ask ad. Okay. Roku is just bossing it up right now. I mean, it's got, let's see, 140. Is that a critical daily level? Somewhat. I may come back in later, mess with Roku, TWLO. Okay, Tesla now. Tesla looks like it could 752. If it breaks 750, I could see us getting moved down to at least 730 maybe. So Tesla, let me know if you get down to 760.40. So 760.40 on the bid. Add there, because I think if it drops down here, it cracks through here, I would look in to possibly take entry below 750. 750 is a good round number, and you can see that it bounced off of that level the other day, right at 752. So, and we have this level here. So I don't know. I think there could be some possibilities with that. One other thing that I would like to know is if Tesla comes up to test these levels, but then begins to fail. So let me put in another alert on the ask at 778. So Tesla 778 on the ask. We'll add that there. Get alerted to that. AMD, I don't even want to touch AMD right now. AMD is sitting at all-time highs. I mean, typically when it hits all-time highs, so it hit all-time highs here, and there was a significant pullback. Then the next time it broke through here, it went up and stayed up, but it broke through on that day. But then it came up again, and then it had a significant pullback from 37.15 down to 35.98. Okay. So, I mean, here's the thing. It's not a gradual. It's like a dip in recovery, all-time high. So when you have like a dip and recovery all-time high, this is what you get: 42.95 all the way down to 41.06. But then when you push up past that, there's no dip here, so it just keeps going. There's a slight dip there, but this was a gap up. So it's not an etched in stone type of thing, but definitely looks like historically we could be due for some kind of a correction there, but I don't know. I'm just gonna kind of be a little hands off on that one today. Roku, I'll just keep it on watch. Rexon, easy short. SAVA might be one to jump in on later. Dish. Okay, UAA has come back down. See what happens with it here, and then work. This is the one I'm going to watch out of the gates. Just going to watch for a few minutes, slowly average my way back in. Bell's about to ring. I will go ahead and remind everybody who's watching, or if anybody's watching. Actually, I had to find out if anybody's watching. So, so anybody watching, you just need to know that, number one, there's a several second delay on here, typically 10 seconds or so. So also, please do not trade after me. Do not do any trading according to my trading. Okay, trading is high risk. You trade at your own expense and at your own will. Do not follow my trades. This is for entertainment purposes only. I am not a professional financial advisor, so let me just be abundantly clear about that. And hopefully, though, I'll be able to demonstrate a good, solid working strategy today. Let's see what we can do. All right, guys. Market opens up. It doesn't seem to be able to break over any of this. Let me go ahead and take a little right there, and then see if we get a rejection here. Okay. We will look to start averaging in okay. Looks like it's wanting to push through, but let's see, can cover on. There we go. Okay. See if we can get some follow through, guys. See if we can get a good massive sell-off today. This would be great if we could. I would consider adding in, but just need to see how it reacts to these moving averages. Again, I don't like to go by moving averages, but I think they say a lot more. They tell a lot better of a story at the market open when you're dealing with a lot of day traders that are watching these indicators. So it is something to be mindful of, I think. Let's see, work. Like I said, pretty heavy short float. Earnings miss. See if we can continue to get a good move down. Make sure it's not finding support here, which it very well could be. Okay, there we go. Good strong move down. Good strong move down. Yeah, it would have been nice to have averaged in. Forming a really huge wick on the 15-minute. 24.30. Yeah. So we would look for the break of 24.25, I guess. It's kind of what we want to look for. See where we're ending on the 5-minute. And obviously if it comes above 25.25, I would need to get out at that point. We want to see a break of 24.50. Almost would like to put in a stop for sell at 24.52, but if it comes back above 25, I'll stop out. Tesla 760. Okay. Good job on Tesla. UAA is still holding. It's good. I think I'd be good to take a couple hundred shares here. Yeah. I think I'll go long. Couple hundred. Okay, so I'm long 200 shares on 17, 12, and I'll just stop out, stop, sell at the break of 1694. We'll say stop, sell. So let's go back and check out work. Work is trying, but it's having a hard time. It's having a hard time. This would be an opportunity to add back in, unless it closes above VWAP on the 5-minute. And if it does, we're going to want to get out. So, okay, and we're out work. Let's go see what Tesla's trying to do here. Okay, so it did come up. Came almost up to 778 and it started to drop. So, okay. So we're in Tesla short at 160. We're going to look for the break here of 750. So I may consider adding if it comes back up to 767. Work may be coming up to fill the gap. We'll look to take another position at 2606, maybe even a little heavier of a position, 2614 up to 2620. So we're just going to sit here and see what happens. Let's see. Let's see, we'll start at, right at 26. Let's look back at UAA. See if we can add here. See if we feel good about adding here. Okay. Okay. Looks like it could be forming a gravestone doji on the 15. We'll just have to see. It looks like the price just keeps coming back down, but I don't know, guys. I'm feeling pretty. I'm still feeling pretty bullish on it. It's got a shorting restriction on it. So we're in 400 at 1710, and I'm going to go ahead and just say to get out 400 at the break of 1698, we'll say. Stop. Stop sell 400 there. Let's look at work again. So work is rejecting again. Still looks like it could be staying strong. Dish. Oh, Dish had a great move off of these levels. I knew it looked suspect. I'm not going to get in right now. Let's look at Tesla. Okay, so Tesla. I will get out at 768.22. Or 770, we'll say. Let's see. No, there's really no. It should be 768, 768, 55. Okay. And stop buy back those shares at 768.55. Okay. UAA looks like it's doing pretty good. Comes back down to 763, I would look into getting in another 100 shares. 763. Might even look into getting it now and bringing my average up, but so we're in 20 shares, so 20, stop out at, let's see, 762.40. Come on. Come on. Push down. Push down. C8. Stop. Buy. Okay, surely if it... Oh man. UAA went completely against me. UAA is all the way down to 1690. $768. What are you going to do, Tesla? Oh. Come on. Uh-oh. Okay. This is probably it right here. Yeah. Okay. All right, guys. Well, there you go. See if there's anything else noteworthy. 2605. We'll wait for it to get up there. And UAA is getting bought up. Under Armour. Good job. Good job. Okay, we're going to give Under Armour another shot. 1697. I'm going to give it another shot. But we may get out. break of, let's see, 500. Stop. Stop sell. Stop sell there. Work. By the way, I'm looking for a VWAP rejection here and a follow through to the downside. Okay, UAA, not going to mess with that anymore today. Dish, really not interested in. It's trading on light volume. Roku, looks like it could be headed for a reversal. I'd go ahead and take 100 shares here. Be interesting to see if it can break this double top. So yeah, let's see if we can get. See if we can go ahead and start averaging in here. get them moved down to 136.50 area. Let's see where we're hitting. So we've got 138, and it touched up at 139.21, 138.80. We're really not looking at too much resistance here, but the pattern is tightening up. So I would like to see a crush down through VWAP, but I'll go ahead and get ready at 138.77. There we go. Let's see, 138.32 would be a good place. Or 137.32, I should say. Unless I begin to add back in. I think we should at least get a test to VWAP. I don't see why we wouldn't. Of course, again, if it breaks over 138.77, I should probably think about getting out. So I'll give myself enough room on that. Stop by. And let's look back over at AMKR again. Okay, there we go. See if we can get a move down. This is good because it could significantly make up for the damages, and looks like we're hitting some good resistance here too. So we did get a VWAP breakthrough, but it may end up proving to be a VWAP rejection. The 15-minute bars, though, it keeps getting bought up, so there's no confirmation on that, but I don't know. I'll give it room to move up. Okay, and Roku, we're out. UAA still working down. Work. Completely failing these levels here. We may actually be getting a rejection here, so I'll go ahead and get in 400 shares short, and I will average in, looking to see it break through these levels. Let's look at the 5-minute. There's a pretty big sell-off bar. I think we can move down here. Great doji of indecision there. There we go. So we could take 200 off at 22. Actually, no, we'll take it at a different place. 25, 27, because if it cracks through here, we should be able to get down to 25.10. But could be getting bought up, so we don't know. Figure that out as we go. If we get a VWAP breakthrough, should be pretty significant. Might even just take all 400 shares. AMKR is working out beautifully, by the way. Hopefully we'll see a move. I'm really looking for a move. A break at the low of day down to like 1350-ish. We'll go ahead and take 200 off at 75, yeah. Take the rest off at 1355, maybe even 13. I mean, this could come all the way down. So I might let it ride. Here we go. Come on. Get the crack of 1380, 1381. Should easily be able to flush to 1375 at the crack of 1380. But I do need to take some profit on the day, so if it doesn't crack, I may take it. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and take it off there. The first 200 shares. Like I said, I've got to get profit on the day. So and it would have gotten me right there, by the way. So I'm gonna let the other 300 shares ride. I think we should be able to get a good working strategy there. And 25.48. Still on the 5 minute. Doesn't look good on the 5 minute at all. So I may let it come up, yeah. Might add another 400 shares at the break of 25. I'll let those shares work down pretty low. AMKR. If it comes back up, I'll add. Pretty positive about the direction of this stock. Again, if it comes back, I would be looking to add. So this is coming to a point to where if it breaks back over 25.50, I probably should get out. So that could be pretty detrimental. So I'll stop, buy, and and it might be a fake out. Actually, I'll give it to 25.60. Let me think about this for a minute. Sometimes I just like to remove all the indicators. What are we looking at? What are we really looking at here? Had a rejection off of these levels. This is going to act as pretty good resistance for this over here. So admittedly, right now, I'm kind of trading my P&L a little. And I'm kind of going by the heavy loss that we incurred yesterday. And just for the fact that we're not, at the best place right now already on the day. So let's break this down. It's winding up. It's winding up. So yeah. So if it cracks back up over 25.50, I'm going to want to go ahead and stop myself out. Let's see, 400 shares. Stop buy at 25.50. And we'll look to take the 400 shares at, I'll look to start taking them off at 24 or at, excuse me, 25. $25.04. Took it at 44. So put out a limit order for 25.04. Actually, you know what? I'll do 25.14. So let's see if we can get those first 200 shares at 25.14. Again, I've got to get back break even on the day at least. And right now this could just be a VWAP rejection. So what I will do is I'm going to go ahead and buy back 200 shares there so that I'm in the profit a little. And then now I'm going to remove this from 25.14. If we get a VWAP rejection, let's see, so 25.50. I may look to add. I'll just get out break even at 25.40. Stop buy at 25.40. Yeah, because it'll be breaking up through all of this previous area of support, and there's no reason to take a loss on this. Let's see here. MKR. May look to add. MKR. So now we've got 500 shares at $13.99. And we'll look for this to go down to yeah, I mean, that's pretty good support right there. So we'll look for the break of VWAP just above. We can see here it went just above. So I'd be prone to do that again. But I may prefer to add. I don't know. Here's what I'm going to do. So let's see. Oh, and by the way, work is working out. It just cracked. So we may see a decline in work today. That's good. UAA finally pushing above VWAP, finally getting bought up. So the question is this going to continue to get bought up? And it's looking a little stronger now. But here's what I'm going to do. I've got let's see, 1381. Take it at 1381. I don't even want to know what's going to happen after that, so I'll buy stop at 1381. And I will be right back. Okay, guys, I am back. Work. Oh, wow. What happened with work? Oh, look at this. Got bought right back up. Bought right back up. Man. Okay. Okay. Roku continuing to make moves. TWLO. Continue to make moves, but having a little bit of hard time right there at that area. This would be a good place to go in. Could go in here. Maybe take a quick. $400 on a scalp, but I don't know. Looks like it wants to roll over, but it's thinly traded. Let's look at Rexon again. Okay, here we go. Here we go. No. Not going to chase it. Not going to chase it. AMD is having a little crack through on the VWAP. Could be that pullback we were talking about earlier. See where we're sitting there. Thinking about putting that stop in. Roku's still making moves. I was going to say I could go for a quick scalp there, but double failure. Yeah, I get the idea this is going to be one of those really difficult ones to trade. been a good one to jump on. Start jumping back in up here. Putting out orders pretty much all the way up to, let's see, where would that ray need to go here? Okay, it's breaking out of that actually right now. So more people are probably going along with this. You could see a quick pop over it though. It's really unclear, so okay, 400 with a 1390 average. Look to see if we can break these levels down here and get a solid move down after a VWAP rejection. I want to continue to add. It's not going to give me the shares. Hopefully we'll get to see some kind of a rollover here soon though. Might still make it up there. That doesn't look good. And I'm going to be prepared to add all the way up to 1420 and see where it goes from there. I've definitely got enough buying power, so that'll put me up approximately 1,200 shares. So hopefully we'll get these shares here. Okay, we're in 600 with a 1392 average. I'd be willing to take the first 300 now that we're in with a good enough position size. If it came down to 1378, I would take the first 300 off. Well, we'll say the first 200. What we're doing right now, guys, is we're just building a position. I'm looking for the rollover. Okay. Be good to see a little push down to 1378. I think if we break 80, we can come out those first couple hundred shares. There we go. Almost. And actually what I'll do is, because I think we're riding on these moving averages here on the 2 minute. So I think the break of all that plus 1380 would be severe enough to where we could probably get those first 200 out at 1377. Just move it a cent down. Pretty big deal there. Still riding. Did not close below the 20 on the 1 minute. That's pretty big, by the way. When you see it close below the 20 on the 1 minute or above the 20, just depending if you're going long or short or whatever, that's usually a pretty good signal. So seeing that it didn't do that there, that's not a good signal. But it's kind of good for us because we're trying to pick up more shares. We're trying to build a bigger position right now. So, but if it comes back down, it's definitely gonna, I think it's gonna touch 1377. Actually, I just realized that there's some pretty significant support there. 78, 77. Yeah, I might want to build. I might want to go ahead and take that 200 at 78 just in case. Let's see what's happening on the 5 minute. So that was a pretty bold sell off there on the 5 minute. So if it breaks through this, I'm going to be even more confident and let's see here on the 15. Yeah, we'll keep it at 78 for those first 200 shares. Just in case this ends up going back and forth today, and you know, I'll obviously want to get out at a good time. Now, I don't know if they're expecting some kind of a short squeeze. I don't know if there could be some kind of major flush, like all the way down to these levels down here. You know what? That's why, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put it on 1374 for those first 200 shares. But I'll go ahead and have an order at 1377 or 78 just in case it flushes down there, but then pauses. But I don't want to take it at any amount before 1378. So it's remaining strong. Buyers are buying up. So I don't know if that was somebody who just shorted all that and then bought it up real quick. We'll find out here in a minute. It'll be interesting to see what happens. It'll be interesting to see how this plays out. So it broke here. 1370, yeah. So I think we could get 74. Meantime, I'm gonna see what's going on over here. UAA. Man. It's like every time that one seems like it's got an opportunity to... I want to keep an eye on Roku, by the way. TWLO, that would have been... I saw this, but again, guys, thinly traded. I'm still pretty nervous from yesterday, which admittedly is not good. I mean, it's not good to be nervous in the market, obviously. But, okay, are we finally breaking below that 20? Watch, if this breaks below that 20, there should be a pretty solid push down. It's like it could go either way right now. Okay. And if it breaks 80, there should be a good solid move, guys. We should definitely get that 74 fill on those first 200 shares. Come on, breakthrough. There you go. Come on. I'll keep it at 78. If it pauses, I'll take it. There we go. Don't want to take any less than 78 though. Okay. See if we can close out on the 2-minute here. Here we go. Okay. All right. What did we say? What did we say? Okay, it paused. I'm going to go ahead and put those first 200 shares out at 78. See if we can get another quick stab down. Get out on those. There we go. That's good. I like how that looks on the 5-minute. Now this stock has been kind of back and forth. It's light on volume right now, so you never know truly what could end up happening. But come on, first 200 shares on 78. There we go. There we go. Okay, good. So we're going to look for a solid move down. I would like to see, we got a 13.95 average on those last 400 shares. I mean, I really would like to see how far down this can go, but I'll go ahead and take the next 200 at 1365. Yeah. Make sure of that. And this would be incredible if we could get a break on this right here. 1353. Yeah, I'll take the next 200 on 1365, and we'll see if the rest can ride. We'll see if it can break low of day, and at least do some kind of a flush down to 45. That'd be pretty good. I'd be happy with that. As a matter of fact, we'll do 55 and 35. And let me go look at some of this other stuff. Yeah, work is going back and forth. This is choppy. I really don't want to get involved with that right now. Fresh perspective on AMKR. We do want to see a flush down here pretty soon. We do want to see it creeping down to these levels. If it cannot creep down to those levels, we'll probably need to end up just, taking some more of it off. I just want to remove this one. Let me check out our old friend BYND. It's sitting right on that 200 moving average on the daily. It's a big moving average, by the way. $120.39, $120.10. I'll be looking for an ad somewhere up in here. $120.48, $20.48. So UND AMKR looks like a. See, this is becoming choppy too. This is becoming very choppy now. It sat on this as support, and now it's making a move up. So we'll get back in. Let's see if it breaks the 15-minute. We'll actually probably want to get out. We'll watch it. Ah. That was a good move off of those moving averages. And this is really wanting to break through that 200. Let's see. Let's go ahead and set an alert for BYND, the break of 120. Okay. I want to get away from that. Roku looks like it's struggling. We'll go ahead and jump in Roku and see if we can get a flush down to these levels down here, 139.28. Obviously, if we can't get a move down there, we'll get out. It's a pretty harsh rejection there at 141. We'll take it at 141.06. Stop there. Stop by at 141.06. But this looks like it could definitely head down to these levels down here. We could get a $100 move off of this, and I'd be looking to take it at 139.72. Actually, what I might do is I would take the first 50 shares at let's see. Well, I might get stopped out here, so there we go. Okay. Got stopped out. That's okay. Let's see if it holds. Is it holding? Is it moving? Okay. It is moving. Okay. Let's see. Let's take it at 18. Let's see. May get a push up, but Take another 100 shares at 140.52. There we go. Stop, so bring our average down there. So I think if it comes down here, I think it's got a good shot of breaking through all of this. So we're in 200 at 140.90, and I think we have a really good chance now that we rejected those levels, of breaking 140.23. I could be wrong, and I'll go ahead, I'll set a stop if I need to. But I would like to see these 200 shares go down to one. I'd like to take 140, 10. Like to take 100 shares there. Buy 140.10. And then 139.70 maybe, yeah. And just in case, if it's not, if it's not resolving in any favorable direction quickly enough, I'll take it again. I'll just have it set at, we'll say 30. Let's see. Yeah, I actually should probably take it there anyway, because that's right on top of the moving average. So let's see. Well, we're running down. Hold on. Game plan is changing. Busted down. Okay. Take 100 shares at 140.40. No. It's not a good sign. Got bought up. I'm going to change it, and here's why. Because if it flushes, it's going to flush hard. But just in case there's a back and forth choppiness, like I could see it breaking straight through here and then popping back up. So I want to make sure that if that happens, I can go ahead and get out those first shares. I'm getting impatient. I'm going to take the first 100 there. And let's see if we can let the rest of these ride. Yeah, I would like to see them ride down to 139.70. If they can crack through all this, I mean, I don't see why we can't. Maybe even 139.20. We'll take 50 off at 139. 70, and then we'll take another 50 off at 139.40. But it's got to bust through all this, and right now it's having a hard time. It's really having a hard time breaking through these levels, so doesn't mean they can't. I mean, this thing could definitely go. It could come all the way back down to VWAP, which makes me hesitant to even start taking profit here. But again, guys, this is why account size matters. You know, I took a pretty decent loss yesterday, and had I not taken that loss, I wouldn't be trading like this. I wouldn't be thinking like this. I wouldn't be monitoring my trades in the same fashion. I wouldn't be thinking to myself, oh, I better get out, or I better, I would be, I'd be a lot more confident, and I'd just be managing things a lot better. So it really does. It takes a toll. It takes a toll on you when you have a smaller account and days like yesterday, like the day I had yesterday. I would love to see a break of 140.22. I really do think that could get us down to VWAP. I'll tell you what, if there's a rejection here, we should be good. If there's not, I'm going to get out. I'm going to give it an opportunity to jump up just like that, just in case it stopped a bunch of people out and is going to start getting rejected. We'll stop at 141.50, I think. Stop. Let me look at the buy volume here. It's picking back up, sitting on that moving average. Yeah, I'll have to take it, guys. I really thought we were going to go here, but we did, we did definitely touch on this moving average again. I don't really like to use these moving averages, but they tell you a story. They tell you a story, and they're definitely predictable in certain market conditions. They're more predictable in certain market conditions, I should say. I would really love to see this stock here start tanking. If we can see this flush, oh, how great that will be. Really is having a hard time coming above these levels, but who knows? I mean, it could definitely push up. This could be its time. This could be its time right here. So 141.39, yep, we'd be looking to get out right there. So 141.39. I'll keep it at 41. May as well. But I'll tell you what, if this does come through these levels here, I'm gonna let it work out. I'm gonna let it go back to VWAP. I mean, that'll be a pretty solid indicator. I might take 50 shares off somewhere around here, and then maybe another 50 shares right at the crack of VWAP, or right at the touch of VWAP. But I would really love to see this resolve to the downside here. Form a triple bottom, crack through. Look at this on the 15. It's definitely looking like a bull flag, though. I mean, there's no doubt about that. There's no doubt about that. And it's failing again. So this is good. This is good. It doesn't mean anything yet, but it's definitely good. It's going to mean something if it gets back down here. It should mean something. I mean, unless Roku just becomes a chop fest today. This is what we've got so far, though. This is what we had all day yesterday. There were so many trades that I took yesterday where I would take them, right here, and but I would be looking for a move to the downside. I'd be waiting. That's part of the strategy. You have to wait. You can't just take profits. But I would get in a trade like, or we'll say, like right here or something. And my stop is like up here. And it'll come up and then it'll go down. It's like, man, yeah. And then, you're sitting there looking at it like, you're up $50, sometimes even $100. But it's like, nope, I'm going for the full move. Um, and when the markets aren't choppy, or if a stock isn't really acting choppy, if it's moving with good volume and momentum and all that, you can get those moves. And when those days come, they are great. They are really good. And those are the days that really keeps you profitable, and it really keeps your strategy, a good solid working strategy. So we're just unfortunately we're just we're not getting it. We're not getting it. And so and this is what we've been getting. This is what we've been getting pretty much since Friday, yesterday, and today. And then, next thing you know, the stock would move against me. I'd be like, oh, I better get out in case it breaks through. But then it wouldn't break through, and it would just end up going down. And it was just back and forth all day yesterday. It was a ridiculous day of trading. I mean, it really was. Um, no, there's nothing here I want to see. And here we go with Roku again. And it's sitting on top of the moving average. But the question is it going to finally break? Are we going to finally get the break? Or am I going to have to sit through another pullback? And you just don't know. And then you have to ask yourself, well, if it pulls back, is it going to finally go against me? And if it is, what should I do in that case? And as you can see here, I mean, it's having a pretty good bounce off of these moving averages. Um, I mean, that's kind of a triple bottom, but not really. I mean, we have a very slight upward momentum here. Very slight. And what we really need to do is we need to break this trend line. We need to break it. And that'll break both moving averages on the 5-minute chart, which is very important. Let's see here, BYND. Okay, good. I'd be interested at 120.63. Let's go ahead and hit an alert for that. BYND 120.40, we'll say. So here we go. And it's bull flagging. It's bull flagging. And it's a tightening pattern. It's very difficult to find out what's happening here because really, it's each candle is basically forming a lower high but a higher low. And so there's nothing confirming about that. There's nothing truly confirming about that. I mean, right now it's pretty much like your guess is as good as mine. And as a matter of fact, I mean, I just don't feel good trading it anymore. Not with that in mind. I would like to get in 100 shares there. And 100 shares there. And I'll just do quick scalps here. See if I can get in some quick scalps. Okay, so we can get a break of VWAP. Get that first order. We're going for a quick 20 bucks here, just a quick $20. Maybe in $30. So maybe we ought to be going for 74. And then we'll do 68, 67. So actually, I don't know if I feel good about that. Let's go over to Tesla. That one's moving kind of slowly. Or Roku. Here it did it again. Did it again. So again, this pattern is tightening up. Look at that. Look at that. That is what you call market manipulation right there. Somebody knows it's not going any higher than that, I think. Boy. What a rejection. That's great. That's great. That's why I paused for a minute, just to kind of check the territory and see what's going on with this stuff. I mean, if that's not a bearish signal, I don't know what is, but it's not always, so you got to be prepared. You got to be prepared. Somebody could be about to just dump everything, so. Come on. Okay, we're going to get 200 at 140.96. And we'll get out at the break of... Come on. Come on. Guys, this just is not my week. And unfortunately, again, it had to be on a week where I started this whole live stream thing. Goodness. AMKR is working. That's good. It's a slow but steady push downward on AMKR. Well, I would have gotten filled on that one. Okay. All right, guys. Well, I've got to wrap it up for the day. I have no idea what to say right now. the markets are just not resolving. We had if you go back on this trade, I mean, we had almost. I mean, basically, you could kind of look at that as a triple bottom, even though it didn't really touch down right at the right points. But it's crazy that it just didn't ever resolve, and there were several times I could have taken profit, but again, you got to be committed to these trades. And unfortunately, here in the first couple of days of live streaming all this, of course, it was going to have to be where things were really wonky and it was just a slow week. So the thing about the strategy that I'm teaching is you have to understand there are definitely periods and seasons of the market just like this. I'm sure some of you who are really into day trading have probably watched a lot of day traders out there. You've seen their really slow and dry seasons. You've seen it when they've had days like that were just kind of like where nothing was working for them and they were just underwater constantly or barely making break even. And it's just like that sometimes. It's like that with every strategy out there. The good thing about this strategy is that on days like that, your losses are even more minimal. You can see I'm not trading with super huge share size, and I'm trading. I'm keeping my stops. I'm following my rules. I'm doing what I know to do at a very conservative pace. Okay, and so the good thing about this strategy, and this is the part that you haven't seen yet. This is the part that I haven't gotten to demonstrate to you yet. And hopefully, we've got 3 more days in the week here. So hopefully Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, things will pick up and the strategy will kick in a little bit more full force and we'll actually start building momentum. And hopefully you'll get to see that when things really do work out according to the strategy, when the markets aren't choppy, these winners run. I mean, they run. Okay, they're even with AMKR. AMKR, I got in up here? Was it somewhere up here? And if typically, like, even looking at the daily chart here, I mean, you could have days where you get in right there and it just comes all the way down. And I mean, you're sitting on literally hundreds and hundreds of dollars of profit, sometimes thousands, for only taking out, 4, 5, 600 shares maybe. And so, those are the days that we look forward to. Those are the days where, we try to get in the market and really capitalize on the momentum. So, I mean, even this right now, I mean, I tell you what, this is just, look at this. Look at this. This is the stuff that makes you sick. Let me see if I can get in with a couple hundred shares here. See if we can redeem ourselves real quick. Sell a couple hundred and see if we can get a quick pop. Let's see. May finally break the 20 here. See if we can get a quick pop. $141.08. See if we can get that. Okay. And then buy on 88. See if we can get a quick $40 here. Come on. And now I'm prone to go for, let's see. It's having a rough time, but this looks like it's finally ready to start resolving. Look at that. Look at that. Okay. So we could take off 100 there. Okay. There we go. See if we're going to get this resolution to the downside here. We want to break 27. I may consider adding to my position at this point. I mean, we're really losing momentum here. So 140.87, 88. We'll sell another 100 shares at 140.88, and maybe even 140.98. And then we'll buy at let's see. This could be the break, guys. That's pretty bearish. This is pretty bearish. Let's just see. Be patient. There we go. So now we're in 200 at 140.98. And we're going to try to see if we can get it down to, we'll take 100 shares off at 48. Maybe even, yeah, we'll do it at 48. No, we're gonna see if we can let this ride. We'll do 38. I mean, because I'll feel pretty good about that. That'll be about a $50 move on those shares, which really we're kind of counting off the first 100 I took up at 140. 08, I guess it was. No, don't chop me out again. Don't chop me out again. Come on. You don't have to do it. I know you want to, but you don't have to. Let's see some resolution. Let's see that move down to VWAP. I'm also looking at the SPY right now. The SPY has cracked below VWAP, although it looks like it may be finding support, but that could be why Roku is reacting a little bit the way that it is. But it's got such a good bit of room to move down to VWAP. Let's look at the 60-minute. Yeah, I mean this pattern is tightening, but it's showing a lot of sell volume. So I mean, I don't see why. There's no reason why this can't make it down, especially after this move. So I'm going to do my best here not to get faked out. But here's what I'm going to do, guys. I'm going to go ahead and cut the stream right now, and we've gone long enough. I've got to get to work. I've got other stuff over here that I'm doing. But I will be posting the daily trade review, so check back later and you can see how all of this turned out, and I'll show where my executions were and all that. So just to keep transparency and all. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and have a great day.